Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and this week I wanted to share with you guys my ColourPop collection. So I've shared with you guys my love of ColourPop for a while now. I talked about the eyeshadow palettes I have in my eyeshadow palette collection from like November, I think it was, which totally needs to be updated because I've bought a lot more eyeshadow since then. I've also done 2 ColourPop specific videos looking at their foundation, and I actually want to do a full face of ColourPop in the future because you can now do a full face of ColourPop, which is amazing. But I have so many ColourPop products that are just all sitting in front of me, and I want to just sit down and share with you all of the products that I have, talk about them, what I love about them, and to share with you guys some products that are must-buys if you are looking to getting into ColourPop and trying the different products, which products you should definitely try and keep on your radar, and yeah, just kind of sharing my love of ColourPop with you guys. So let's go. So if you have been living under a rock, ColourPop is a really affordable makeup brand. You buy it specifically from the ColourPop website. It's based in LA and it is super affordable, and as someone who lives in Australia, shipping internationally is super affordable and super quick, which I love. ColourPop is always bringing out new shade ranges, new products, new formulas, new collaborations. They've collaborated with so many different people and a lot of beauty influencers, a lot of people from the online community, which is amazing. In fact, they've actually got a new collaboration coming up that is being released next week with Zoella, aka Zoe, which I'm very, very excited for. So there is always new stuff coming out from ColourPop, and I feel like some of the products I'm going to be talking about in this video may not be available anymore, particularly some of the lipsticks. So they're always recycling through shades and keeping the ones that everyone loves and maybe getting rid of some. So let's just dive right in, or we will be here forever. So starting off with face products, the first one is the All Star Matte and Blur Primer. This can be bought by itself or actually in a bundle with the next product I'm going to show you. I actually really like this primer. It is one of my go-tos. I have about 3 or 4 primers always on the go that I just kind of use depending on how I feel and what my skin's like and what I'm planning on doing, kind of thing. But this is one that I really like. It's a nice smooth primer. It leaves my skin feeling just a little bit tacky, which I feel like helps keep my makeup on. Maybe it's the placebo effect, but I really like this product, and a little of it goes such a long way. I really do recommend it. I really like it, and it is a product I've repurchased and have some on hand for whenever I run out. So as I said, that product can actually be bought in a bundle, and I bought it in a bundle with the All Star Face Setting Spray. I don't really understand face setting sprays. I've got two different ones. I've got this one and a designer brands one, and I've used them, but I don't necessarily know if they are working in keeping my makeup looking great and fresh and on all day. And I don't really use it enough to sort of see the real benefits of it. But I've got this anyway. I've actually got this really cute little miniature version of it. I recently got this as a free gift, and they're just so cute. If you're into face sprays, setting sprays, maybe give this a go just to see how it compares. If you are interested in trying it, I recommend getting it in the bundle. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just not really into face sprays enough to be able to say if these are good products, but I do really like that there's a small version. But I don't think they sell this. I think they were just using this as a free gift. But I also just really like the packaging of these. That's the main reason why I like. Okay, so foundations. ColourPop has 2 foundations. If you guys have seen any of my videos, you will know that. They have the No Filter foundation and the No Filter Sticks foundation. I have Light 60 and Light N40. I'm actually wearing the stick foundation now. I will link below to my 2 videos where I talked about these products. These are overall really great products, and because they are super affordable, like, I love them. In particular, I love the stick foundation a little bit more. I feel like firstly it's color matched to me a little bit better, and it's really lightweight but with really great coverage. If you are interested in foundation from ColourPop, honestly, I feel like you need to get both of them just to try them out to see what you like. I found that the liquid foundation is probably better for people with normal to dry skin, and the stick foundation a little bit better for people with oily complexion and stuff like that. But because they are super affordable, I do recommend trying both of them. But if I had to pick one to recommend to you guys, I definitely recommend the stick foundation. I just really love this. It's my go-to foundation. Yeah, both of these are really good. I recommend checking them out. Then I have the No Filter Concealer. This is in the shade Light 12. I really like this concealer. It's by no means absolutely mind-blowing and revolutionary, but I mean, it's a concealer, it works, it covers my under eyes and makes my pimples look less pimply. But if you are someone who is wanting to try out all of the ColourPop face products, then I recommend throwing this in your order as well. I actually think they have a bundle option. I know they did when they launched. I think there still might be a bundle option where if you get the foundation, the concealer, and a setting powder, you get like some money off it. I can't quite remember if that's still a thing, but yeah. Speaking of setting powders, I also have the no filter setting powder. This is translucent. In saying that though, there is like a bit of color to it, so it's not like a white translucent powder, which is nice. I really like this setting powder. I have quite a few setting powders, more than I really need. And I want to say I've used it on my face today, but I haven't. I've used a different powder altogether. But I do really like it. It is one that I've dipped into. The only complaint I do have about this powder is that the container isn't wide enough. I'm sure like a lot of people probably use like a big fluffy brush to put my powder on, and it gets a little bit messy, but otherwise this is a really, really nice powder, and I do definitely recommend getting it if you're getting the foundation to play around with and just try out. They also have a pressed powder if you were into pressed powders. I'm not, so I don't have that. Next up for the face products is a bronzer. So this is my bronzer. This is the shade Private Party. It's a really nice bronzer. I'm wearing a bit of it today. I've only just recently got this, so I can't really comment too much on a bronzer. For me, this is really nice. It is on par with one of my favorite bronzers that I've been using at the moment. It's really buildable, which I like. I sometimes go in a little bit heavy-handed, so I like having a product that I do actually have to work to build up. I think this is probably one shade too light for me. It'll probably be the perfect winter bronzer, but I need something a little bit darker for the summer. Luckily, we're near the end of summer, so I don't have to worry about it too much. But this is really nice. First time trying one of their pressed face products, which I quite like. I have the Super Shock Cheek Highlighter in the shade Lunch Money. This is so beautiful. The Super Shock formula is such a stunning formula. It is like this buttery, creamy consistency. I want to say it's kind of like a cream to powder formula in a way. It's really nice. It's a little weird when you first get it, but it's such a beautiful formula. This shade in particular is a really nice natural highlight, which can be built up to make it a little bit more bold. I don't know how well it's going to show up on my face in the camera. I really got a little bit on to give myself a little bit of a glow, but it is so beautiful. They have really nice shades in this. I 100% recommend, one, trying the Super Shock formula, because it is such a great formula. It is what ColourPop are known for, their Super Shock formulas, because they are so different. And number two, if you want to try the Super Shock formula, which as I just said, you really should, I definitely recommend a highlighter, because it gives you a really great footing into how to use this product without being something that you might not like to use. And you can't really go too wrong with a highlight unless you get the wrong shade. But yeah, 100% recommend. Next we have the eye products, and I have a lot of eye products. So I'm gonna start with the shadow palettes. So I have 7 shadow palettes. I have the 12 pan palette. I have been collecting the 12 pan palettes. ColourPop have 9 pan, 10, 16, possibly even 18 and 20. There's like a whole mix of how many pans are in a palette. So I've been collecting these ones just because they look so cute and pretty, although I honestly want to get every single palette from ColourPop. Their eyeshadow formula is beautiful. It is highly pigmented, beautifully blendable, and just wears so well. Like I cannot get enough of this formula. So the first palette I have is the My Little Pony collaboration. They did a whole collection with My Little Pony. I don't think any of the My Little Pony products are left anymore. I bought this on clearance because I just couldn't pass it up. It's a little bit of a crazy palette, and I've not used it too much, but they're really fun shades to dip into and play around with. In particular, there's a beautiful hollow shade right here, and that's a really beautiful silver. Really nice palette. As I said, not played around too much, but is really fun. As I say, fortunately can't get this one anymore. Next up is the Double Entendre palette. I've talked about this before on my channel. This is a really beautiful nude palette with really anything you could want within a nude palette. I highly recommend this one if you are looking for a nude palette. In particular, if you are only new to the ColourPop eyeshadow range and you want something a little bit basic every day but can be vamped up, this is a really great palette. Got a really nice dark color, some really nice lighter transition shades and some nice shimmers. Really everything you could want in a nude palette. Similarly is the Yes Please palette. I think this was their first eyeshadow palette. And it was actually the first eyeshadow palette that I got from ColourPop. It looks so stunning. It's a more warm tone palette, a more yellow orange palette than the Double Entendre one. I've dipped so much into this gold, it's not funny. It is such a beautiful shade. This dark color is also really pretty. A nice pop of yellow and some more red tones around here as well. Honestly, beautiful. Would recommend also if you are looking for a more nude natural palette but maybe want something a little bit more warm. One of my favorite palettes is the Zodiac palettes in collaboration with Kathleen Lights. This is her second palette collaboration that she did with ColourPop. This one also comes with a mirror. Some of their palettes come with a mirror. Most of their newer palettes do. It's a couple of bucks more expensive, but so worth it. It is so handy to use the mirror. Like every time I've got one of these palettes, every time I use a palette with a mirror, I love it. And then whenever I dip into a palette that doesn't have a mirror, I notice it so much. So this is the Zodiac palette. Each of the colors represents each sign of the Zodiac. Kathleen talks about this in her video. I'm actually gonna link that below because I really liked it. She went into deep depth about what each sign means and what the color therefore represents. But there are some beautiful colors. The Virgo here, which is my sign, is a nice brown, which I actually really like. A lot of people didn't like that for some reason. These two blues are stunning. The purple stunning. This is a really fun palette that I recommend if you want to dip into different colors. It gives you a really nice variety of shades that are all super wearable and work really well together. I seriously love this palette. Next palette is the Good Sport palette. This was part of their fall edit from last year. It is such a gorgeous palette that I cannot wait to use this autumn. I bought it obviously when it came out in the US. It was spring here. Which, I mean, I'd wear these shades anytime, but I'm so excited to use these in the autumn and the winter. It is so beautiful. I love this beautiful golden green lime color. It is gorgeous. Plus this shade here is also stunning. Like, the moment I opened this palette when it arrived, I was in love. It is just so beautiful and I'm so excited to properly play around with it and just go nuts. Next palette is actually the newest palette that I've got and what I'm wearing on my eyes today, and that is the Dream Street palette in collaboration with Kathleen Lights. This was her first palette collaboration, which I'm so glad I finally have. And it looks like this. Beautiful pops of teal and a nice sort of reddy corally orange, wearable nudes, some nice shimmers. I really like this. This is a really great like nude palette with nice pops of color if you want to like experiment with color and how to incorporate that into a nice look, particularly a nude look. As you can see, I'm wearing, like, I've got a nude top and I'm wearing the darker shades on the bottom. Finally, the last palette I have is the Salvage palette. I don't really know how you're meant to say it. I've never actually heard anyone say it. I've not watched any videos of people saying it. This is the Becky G collaboration. There was a whole bunch of products in this collection and that's what this one looks like. It is, a lot of people have pointed out it is similar to the Dream Street palette, which I can sort of see. It's got similar shades to it but slightly different, but still really nice. Again, a really nice palette if you want to dip into some color but have some nudes to wear as well. That's what I really like about a lot of ColourPop palettes, most of them anyway, have a really great nude and wearable selection with pops of color that you can incorporate without being a totally unwearable palette or a palette that is a little bit maybe more risky for you if you are unsure about using color. Overall, you can't really go wrong with the ColourPop palettes no matter which palette you pick. Just scroll through their website, and look at all of the color ranges for each palette, and I'm sure you'll find something that really stands out to you. Obviously eyeshadow shades are a preference and you really can't go wrong with whatever you end up picking. Next I have a Supernova shadow. This is in the shade Hard to Impress. This is a liquid shadow that dries down, and the name Supernova suggests that all of them are shimmers. I've played around with this a little bit. Every time I think to use it, I'm either one, I don't really need shimmer like this, or two, I'm wearing shades that I don't necessarily want to use with this. So I haven't quite figured out how to properly use this yet. But there are some really gorgeous colors in the Supernova range, which I totally recommend checking out. Next up is eyeliners, and I'm talking about the cream gel liners, and I have quite a few. These are so friggin' beautiful. They are just a really nice twisty top, and they're just really nice and smooth. Oh, I've just broken that. Oh, great. They just have such a beautiful application and just glide on. Now I've only recently, like in the past 12 months, probably got into using eyeliner. I've never been big on it. I'm still not really totally confident with using it. I mainly use it to line my lower lash line. But it is so good. So as someone who's never really used eyeliner and who went straight away to like doing my lower lash line and being slightly worried that I might blind myself, these are so nice. They just glide on. So I have the black, brown, and navy blue, a nice green, a white, and a nude. I've always been skeptical about the whole, if you put a nude liner on your lower lash line, on your lower waterline, it'll make you look more awake. Holy crap, does that really work? Also the white liner works really well. These are so nice, beautifully pigmented. Would highly recommend trying these out. Like, if you want an eyeliner, you have got to try one of these. They've just come out with liquid liners, which look really beautiful. Not a fan of liquid liners, or I never really played around with liquid liner enough to have an opinion on it, but they also look really nice. But totally recommend these. I'm just going to mention this. I technically don't have it, but I also have the Brow Boss brow pencil, which comes with a spoolie brush on the end, which is actually a really nice spoolie, and then the product here, which I don't have any product. Mine fell out, which is annoying, but it's a really nice pencil, eyebrow pencil with the same sort of end as this. I could probably get away with using this. It's just a little bit firmer than the liner. I need to, next time I place an order, I'm buying another one of these because they are really, really nice. They've also got a couple of other brow products. This is my go-to. I feel like you can't really go wrong with a brow pencil. If you are looking for a brow pencil, I totally do recommend trying out the ColourPop one. A newbie to ColourPop and to my collection is the BFF volumizing mascara. Been waiting for ColourPop to do mascara for the longest time. And this is such a beautiful like packaging. This is in the shade Black on Black. They've got all different colors, but this is such a nice some nice packaging. I'm also so excited by the wand because it's a slightly different shape than I've used before. I haven't played around with it too much. I'm wearing it today. I really, really, really like it, and I'm so excited to keep playing around with it. This is so affordable. Seriously, get this mascara. I know I'm saying that so confidently as if I've been using it for months now, but honestly, it is really good and so affordable that you just have to try it. Some more newbies to my collection, ones that I can't really comment on because not only have I not really played around with these, but just the product in general I haven't played around with. And that is the new Kathleen Lights collaboration extension of her Zodiac range, the Zodiac Loose Pigments. I grabbed 3. I got the Goat, which is this really nice sort of coppery shimmer. I had to grab my own star sign, so this is the Maiden. This is a beautiful silver, white silver. And then I also got the Water Bearer, which is this gorgeous blue. I've not played around with pigments before, loose pigments before, so I can't really say anything too much on these products, but I'm excited to play around with them. Because the reason why I got them is, firstly, I love Kathleen and her products, and I just kind of wanted to have an extension of the Zodiac range. But these are only $6 each, and I thought it'd be a good chance to play around with loose pigment and see what my thoughts are on them. And considering I love everything else by ColourPop, I thought it was a pretty good place to start. Finally, the last eye product I have are the Super Shock shadows. So these are the same formula that the highlighter comes in, but just for your eyes. I have quite a few in this collection. So let me just show you all the colors I've got first. So firstly, we have Zoom Ship, this really nice blue. Then we have Kennedy, which is a nice corally orange that is a little bit dried up, but that's okay. Then there's Jinxie, which is a really nice shimmer, which is very similar to the highlight, just kind of a little bit darker. Then there is 8 Track, which is this really gorgeous dark brown shimmer, which is so buttery. Like, it is such a beautiful, this one in particular, at least my one of this, is such a beautiful formula. Then there is this green shimmer called Special Delivery. I know these aren't focusing, but you guys can see the colors anyway. Then there is Crimper, which is similar to the other gold, but this actually has gold specks in it. So it's like a nice shimmer then with like some gold flecks, which is quite nice. Then we have Daddy, which is this really nice purple, like a lavendery purple. Then I have a green called Snapdragon. This is a matte green. Then I have an even darker green, and this is running through 6. A nice chocolate color. This is called Bandit. And finally, one I might have to chuck out or see what I can do with it, because it just fell out as I lifted it up, is this other chocolate shade called Cornelius. A couple of these have really dried up. They can still sort of be used, but I don't know. The one thing I found with the Super Shock formula, in particular the eye one, because I've not found the same problem with the highlighter, is it's a really nice formula, but if you don't use it enough and you don't close your container good enough, it does dry out. I still think it's salvageable. I just have to play around with a couple of different products that I have. But yeah, I do 100% recommend trying out the Super Shock shadows. In particular, if you are going to try them out for the first time, just to play around with them, I would totally recommend going with a shimmer as a topper, because you're more than likely going to turn to like a single pot of shimmer to put on top of your shadow than you are to the rest of these colors. And it's a good chance to play around with the product without then sort of deciding that it's not something you'd like and having a whole tub of this product that you're not going to use. With a shimmer, you're probably more than likely going to turn to it. The final eye product I do actually have is a brush. I only recently got this. It was a free gift. This is the E3 flat packer brush. It feels quite hard. I've been wanting to like get a couple of the ColourPop brushes. I still want to try and do that, but this is a nice one so far. I've used it a couple of times. Finally, we've reached the lips, which is what started me in ColourPop to begin with. It's how I discovered the brand, because someone was talking about ColourPop lips. Well, because lips were really where ColourPop started anyway. They've branched out into all these other products. So lips was the first thing that I ever got, and I've got quite a few of them and I love them. They're like the only liquid lipsticks that I use. So I have all of these shades. I mainly have like pinks and nudes. So we'll start off with these ones. These are kind of my shades. There's nothing wrong with them. I just don't turn to them as much. So we have, now I will say, they're all very similar. So firstly, we have Bumble, which is a really nice dusty pink nude, a little bit on the darker side. I really do like this one. It is one of my favorites that I used to really love. I don't really use it as much anymore, but it's a really nice shade. Then we have Viper, another sort of dusty pink. This is more on the pinky mauve side. Then we have Take 5, which is again a nice dusty pink, more on the pink side. A lot of these dusty pinks are more on the pink side. So I mean, like, they all look the same. They're in the same ballpark. And then we have Sizzle, which is more of a berry nude. I don't really know how to describe it. It's really nice. And then we have Extra Toppings, which is like a dusty red. It looks very red on the lips, but it's not quite like a bright bold red. But this one is really nice. So they are all ultra matte lips. and the rest of the ones I'm going to show you after this are ultra matte lips. So I have a couple of the different formulas as well. I have I have one ultra glossy lip. This is Cabana Boy. It's a really nice rose gold gloss lip. It's really nice. It's a bit different. The glossy lips are not the glossy lips, not the lip gloss, which is a slightly different formula, but this is really, really nice on its own and also over the top. This is the glossy lips, I think, are more to wear on their own, and a lip gloss is what you put on your other lips, on your other products. I also have two ultra metallic lips. The first one here is PYT. It is straight up gold. It is just a gold lip. I don't know when I'm ever going to wear this, but I have it. Something that's a little bit more wearable is DM, a really nice bronzy gold. I don't think these are available anymore because I bought them when they were on clearance and on discount, but this is really nice. I've worn this a few times. I also then have an ultra satin lip. So this is one that doesn't dry down completely like the matte lip. This is the ColourPop and Hello Kitty collaboration. This is Tiny Chum. This was one of the first colors I got. It's a really nice brown nude with a pink undertone. It's got pink undertones, so it eventually ends up going pink, sort of dusty pink on the lips. It's really nice. I really do want to try more of the ultra satin lips in different shades. I don't feel like this was a good shade to start with, but it's really nice. So then these ones are my go-tos, and they are all so similar. I have a problem. First one is my current favorite, and that is YWD. It's a really nice brown, like it is a straight up brown. It is gorgeous. I love it. I wear it all the time. In saying that, I'm not wearing it now, but I love it. The one I am wearing now is Sunday, which is, I mean, it's more on the pink side. It's probably very similar to any of the other ones I've shown you, but it's a really, it's I think my most subtle dusty pink lip because it is more on the brown side than it is the pink side. And similar to that is Clueless, which is really, really nice too. All of these are seriously the same, which is why I have them, because they look really good on the website. So I bought them and trying to find a shade that I really like. This one's a really nice one as well, like a nice everyday one. This one I know isn't available on the website anymore, but I love it. It is called Donut. It is a neon coral, which doesn't look like it in here, but it is so stunning. I actually wore it in my Beach Vibes makeup tutorial video. If you want to go check that out, I really, really love this. It was a little bit crazy to put on the first couple of times, but I soon grew to love it. It's a perfect summer color. I am kind of sad that it is not available because I totally recommend trying it. Next up, finally we have some like proper pinks and reds. These two are really nice, like hot pinks. The first one is called Moi, and this is in collaboration with Match, like the dating website Match. A really nice hot pink. It is so beautiful. A really, really beautiful hot pink. That is one of the first lipsticks I also got is Mars. This is seriously stunning. A really bright, vibrant, hot pink if you like that kind of thing. Red lip, I really love Saigon. I don't know if this one's necessarily still available, but a lot of the recent ColourPop collaborations have featured a sort of a red lip in it. There's a lot of red lips on the website at the moment. So if you want a red lip, chances are you'll find a good one. Finally, the last one that I really, really like is this one called More Better. It's a really beautiful, deep berry, and it turns out a lot deeper than this. I found that most of these dry down to be a little bit darker, but I mean, just look at that. It is seriously beautiful. I, again, 100% recommend getting a liquid lipstick from ColourPop. I really like the ultra matte lips. The ultra satin lips are also really nice. Either one of them should be pretty good. I've not tried any of the other lip products, so I can't really comment on them, but you have got to get well, not necessarily ultra matte lip. You've got to get a liquid lip because that is what ColourPop were originally known for, and their formula is so beautiful, so well wear, so long wearing, and just beautiful and pigmented, and very rarely streaky or patchy. There are definitely a couple of colors that are a little bit streaky, a little bit patchy, but overall so good. So that is my complete ColourPop collection. I feel like there has to be more. It doesn't look like enough sitting in front of me, like it's a lot, but it does look like enough. I think that's it. I think this video's gone on long enough. Let me know if maybe this video has inspired you to try out some of the other products, or if there's a product that you really, really like, a palette you really like, a shade you really like. Just let me know what you love from ColourPop, what you've really enjoyed using, or if there's anything here that takes your fancy. I don't really know. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Give it a thumbs up if you want to see me do a full face of ColourPop. And if you do, let me know which of the palettes you think I should use. I think I'm going to post a poll on Twitter and Instagram at some point in the future, but let me know in the comments below which palette you would like to see me use for that video. Otherwise, I will see you guys very, very soon with another video. Bye!